This week we are truck camping at Lake Herman State Park. It's the first time I've ever been to this state park. I know they got some hiking trails, so I'll probably do some hiking. The lake is, we spin around slowly so we don't make everybody dizzy. The lake is right here. I hear a boat on it right now, but I did take a peek at the lake, and the lake is, I'm probably not gonna fish it because it is very green to the point where up here I can actually, there's a little bit of a wind blowing off the lake up here. I can actually smell it. It doesn't smell very good, so probably not gonna do any fishing. Although there is, on this side of me, this is kind of why I picked this spot, because we got the lake on that side, which I didn't know it was all green and smelled. But on this side of me, there's a pond back here, which that isn't green, and it isn't nearly as bad as the lake, we'll say that. But so we're gonna do truck camping, grilling, maybe some fishing, and hiking. So I am going to check out the trails, so that's the plan for this week. And yep, we're going to get camp set, get the grill out pretty soon, and get and we're going to have a campfire later. We're going to do that even though it's like 85 degrees and humid. It's not campfire weather, but we're doing a campfire anyway because there's a spot to do it, so we're doing it. We'll pick it up here in a bit. Wood duck house. Over the pond, or right next to the pond. I can't tell if there's anything in it, but it's a likely spot for a wood duck to be. We're just going for a little walk on one of the trails here. And we got up here, we got a sign and a bench down there. And I'll let you pause the video and you can read it rather than have me read it to you. The view from the bench. This is Henry Slough or Henry Pond. I'm not sure which. I've seen it listed two different ways. And they must have some aeration going on in there. I guess that's what that is. And it looks like you can see two of them there with those buoys and the water disturbance. And there's those two, plus three others. It looks like there's 5 different spots where they got that going on in this little pond. But from this spot, there's no fishing from here. But I believe there's a fishing pier just over here, so we'll walk over there and see what that looks like. The fishing dock or pier, the water's a little bit higher than it normally is because it's partially underwater. And if we turn and we look this way, there's a couple picnic tables sitting in the water. We'll walk out here. I heard one jump. There's fish jumping out here. Whoop. I have no idea what kind of fish would be in here. But I do got fishing gear along, so I could find out. Look at that glass calm. It is like 85 degrees though. 85 degrees and it's humid. So it wouldn't be bad if there was a little bit of a breeze blowing, but usually you like to see it like this. It'd be nice to actually see a fish, to know what is actually in here, but I would guess there's bluegills, perch, maybe some bass, probably walleyes, considering where it's at. There's probably walleyes in it. So, and I'm sure there's carp. All right, well, there's the fishing dock. And if I turn the camera the other way slowly so we're not spinning too fast. Outhouse. There's a parking lot and the road is right there. So I'm sure this is a popular spot. You don't have to walk very far to get to it. You can drive right up to it basically. All right. Well, there's where we are. The pond. The lake's behind us. So we're going to follow this trail all the way back around. And I'm camped like right here. Or right here. There's also another trail way out here. We're just going to walk this one for now though. Go check out this cabin. And 1.3 miles. Apple tree. Probably shouldn't eat it because it might be. We'll buff it out on my shirt here. This thing's loaded with these little apples. Sour, but tasty. Overlooking the pond. Good spot to have a snack. Another little sign along the trail. We'll make sure I get it all in there. And if you'd like, you can pause it and read the whole thing. Just a little information as you're walking. I'm going to spit it out yet. Walking along the trail. I will say there are a few mosquitoes along here. Not as many as I thought there'd be, but there are some. Looks like we got a picnic area here. The road's actually right behind me here. The road kind of follows along here, but the road's right over here. There's a little parking area with a picnic table and one of the grills. Mosquito. Wildlife sighting. He thinks he's hiding. We'll let him be. Historic cabin. We got some info here. This log structure was constructed in 1871 for the Herman Luce family, one of the 3 original homesteaders in the area. Herman Luce contributed to the establishment of Lake County. The log structure housed many families over the years and stands as a reminder of the strength and perseverance of the pioneers. The cemetery behind the cabin is the burial site for 4 Luce family members. Mrs. Mary Luce, who died of serious burns. That don't sound good. Mary's brother, who died in a blizzard. That's not a good way to go either. Mary's mother and 1 daughter who died of chicken pox at the age of 8. That's interesting. Died of chicken pox. I don't think I've ever heard that. We'll walk up to it here. Wonder where the cemetery is. Looks like something's been living in there. Going through the I'd say it's probably 15-foot square, maybe. I think there is something living in there. I can hear something moving up there in the soffits. The size of those logs. Inch or more. Neat. Neat. Oh, Loose Family Cemetery this way. It's actually right there. Died in a blizzard, injuries in accidental fire, natural causes, chicken pox. Oh, right here. It's like I was thinking these rock things were the headstones, but right there. 1876. I hate walking across people's graves. 1829 to 1881, Mary Abbott Luce. (1798 to 1878). So he was 80. That's got to be pretty old for that time. Then here's the 8-year-old. Just the 4 markers here. Here we are. You gotta go this way somewhere. It's like, where am I at? It's like it just makes a big loop. So I'll end up back at the pickup somewhere. Yeah, it looks like the end of the trail. Flooded. So we'll have to go out and around. There we are. We last videoed over here. That was the trail that was flooded. So we went for a little extended walk. Basically, we're right by town. We're going to go for a walk across the prairie now. And see what we can see out here. This trail's a mile. So I probably got to go for a mile and a half to get back to camp. I will say this, they got a nice trail through here. The trails are nice, that's for sure. Got a marsh over on this side. We'll see what it looks like once we get back over there, because that's where the trail goes. A little bit more scenic through here. Got some trees, birds singing. Let's see if we can zoom in on that. It's a long ways away. Here we go. That's awful nice of him to pose for me like that. There we are right there. Got a little gazebo here. Oh, I should look where I'm going next. Right there. Okay. There's a parking lot right there. The sign. And I've actually seen 3 people on this trail. There's one couple that I seen, and then one old boy walking his little dog. So even on a warm, humid day, people are using it. I'm not the only crazy one out here walking around. You hear the J? Sure it picks up on audio back there. Oh. Finally made it back to camp. Ended up being gone for a lot longer than I thought. And I am dying of thirst. I need a water. Oh, I could stick my whole head in here. Oof. Oh, that's good. That's mighty good. Oh, I was getting awful thirsty. Yeah, I'm sure you can hear it in the background, the mowers running. So we got a lot of people maintaining this campground. I'm gonna put my feet up for a bit, change out of my hiking boots, put on something a little more comfortable, put my feet up, just chill for a bit. Well, I sat around camp for about an hour, had a water, had a pop, ate a couple marshmallows, had my feet up for a while, but the campsite isn't the greatest. So we're gonna go for another walk down this trail here, which Abbott, this might be the Abbott Trail. I'm not certain, but hanging out in the campground right now isn't the greatest. The workers are there, maintaining it, which they got to maintain it. So, and there's just a lot of traffic right off that road. That's the downside to reserving a spot ahead of time in a campground you've never been to, because I've never been to this campground. So I picked a spot based on, well, that spot's kind of by this pond and the lake's right there. There's no other campers right around it. Yeah, that should be a good spot. And then you get here and it's like, oh, maybe that's why there's no other campers there. But so I went for a little spin, and I will say that the campground loop numbering 46 through 73 or something like that, that loop, which didn't look that great on the map, is better than where I'm at, because that main road that swings around isn't there. It's way off of that road, so those would have been better spots to be in. future reference. We'll see what we can see. I'll be quiet now. We'll go into stealth mode. Cottontail. Looks like a young one. Somebody had a bad day at one point. Wow. Wonder what happened. Something fall on it? Tree fall on it or something? My goodness. This is just back here in the where they keep the dumpsters and some other junk from the state park. It's kind of tucked away back here, but I happened to see this when I was walking on the trail, and I didn't know what that was. And when I was going in, but when I came back out, I think I took I'm not sure if this was the actual trail or not, but we took this trail and that's what I find. So somebody might have been camping down here and a storm came up and a tree fell on it maybe. I don't know. Doesn't look good, whatever happened. Made it back. Well, we're almost back. So yeah, nice trails, well marked, well maintained, easy walking. Yeah, nice. Alright, it's supper time. I was kind of waiting for the people to quit working over here, but I don't know, I think they're just screwing around now. They're just over there making noise. But anyway, so pardon the noise in the background. But for supper tonight, we have, make sure I got that right, bacon cheddar burgers. I've never had them. So we'll see. I got the grill already heated up. Go. They're sizzling. Throw that back in the... We're going to let those babies cook for a few minutes and we're going to chow down. They're looking good. I think it's time to get those babies off of there. Oh, I got to get the buns ready. I didn't hit record. Oh well. Let's see. don't know where I stopped recording. There it is. Mustard, ketchup, bacon cheddar burger. They look good. Now it's the real test. They taste good too. Yep. They're very good. Now there was supposed to be bacon in them. I don't really taste the bacon, but I definitely taste the cheddar. And to go along with these, we got a mom and pop soda shop chocolate root beer. I don't know if I've ever had a chocolate root beer. It does smell chocolatey. It's kind of a weird taste, but not bad. As you can see on the sticker, they're on sale for $1, so how can you pass that up, right? So I'm going to sow down and we'll pick it up after supper. We move over to the fire pit. We got graham crackers. We got marshmallows. And the Hershey bars. I remembered it all this time. So that's what I'm fixing on doing. There goes a Mustang. Convertible. Driving around looking at people. Thinking, look at these crazy people sitting out here by a campfire in 80-degree heat. I'm thinking that same thing. What the heck am I doing out here next to this fire? Slow roasted. Here we go. That's how I like mine. And let's try to figure out how to do this 2 at a time without dropping them on the ground. And the flies love it. Flies. There we go. That's what we like. perfect. Well, I'm going to eat these, sit by the fire for a while, shoo away the flies. And with that, we're going to shut it down on tonight, and we'll pick it up in the morning. And, well, I guess I should mention now that some of the amenities that are here, like the bathrooms are really nice, showers, everything's real clean in there, so that's real nice. The campground itself is very nice. I do not recommend staying in site number 15 where I'm at. There's a road that runs between the campground and the lake, and it's not very far away. It's just right there. And as late as 10 o'clock last night, well, it was even later than that. I think the last car that I noticed, it was like 10:30, was driving down this road. So it's a busy road. Best to stay away from it if you can. As far as other activities that are here, of course, I did the hiking. There's also a disc golf course. There is kayak and canoe rentals. There's a horseshoe pit. And I believe they have different games you can rent here also. Like cornhole and the yard games, I think. I'm not 100% certain on that. Let's see. Oh, playgrounds for the kids. And if you're not actually camping, there are a lot of picnic areas right along the lake, along this busy road over here. So there's a number of things to do here. And if you're into the water activities, fishing, skiing, canoeing, paddleboarding, the lake is right here, and it would be nice. I'm just here in, well, I guess it's getting to be late July now. It's the 24th of July. So if you want to do activities like that, I would recommend coming earlier in the year. I would say probably by mid-June the lake would start turning green. That would be my guess. So you definitely would want to be doing that coming here in May or June to do water activities. Now I do know that green algae, slime, whatever you want to call it, probably isn't covering the entire lake. What happens is when the wind blows, it pushes up along certain banks, and I suppose the last time that the wind blew, it was out of the south, so it was really thick along the bank, this bank right here. So it's possible that it wouldn't have been nearly as bad on the other side of the lake, but as of right now, I don't know what the other side of the lake is like. It might just be all privately owned, so you have no access to it anyway. But let's see, is there anything else I was going to say about the camp itself? Campground, or the state park. I think that pretty much sums it up. Oh, and they also have camping cabins. Almost forgot about that one. But with all that said, now it's time for some breakfast. And for breakfast, we are going with I should have got a fork out, but I'm just going to eat it with my fingers. I'm going to go for a chocolate pie. I get these at Walmart. And if you're not into the chocolate pies, they have fruit pies too. But I'm into chocolate, so I go for the chocolate pies. Yeah, just a nice little, little tin. Yeah, nice. I'm gonna have to get a fork out. That's way easier to eat these with a fork. But to go along with my chocolate pie, I also have, and maybe I should pause the video and get a fork. Let's do that. Let's pause. Alright, unpause. And to go along with my chocolate pie, we have a Victor Allen's, and you've seen me drink these before if you've watched some of my previous videos. A Victor Allen's iced coffee. This one is a cinnamon toast crunch flavored. That sounds delicious. Doesn't really smell that cinnamony. It tastes cinnamony though. Yes, that's a good one right there. That is a good one. It definitely tastes like Cinnamon Toast Crunch. Oh, yeah, that's a good one. That's a good one. We need to get those again. Get that flavor again. So, let's see. Oh, that first piece came out pretty good. Look at that. Tiny little piece of pie. These are really good too. I really like these. And I don't know if I mentioned that it's like 66 degrees out right now, and there is a little bit of a, I think this is almost like a northeast wind, and we won't be able to see a sunrise this morning. It's way too cloudy and hazy, and so it's not a real pretty morning, but it's nice and cool anyway. And I think with that, anyway, I think I'm going to wrap it up on this one, and we will pick it up next time. Oh, that's a good one. That is a good one.